Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again. I am your host, Fifi, and this is the North America Australia Presbytery YouTube channel. And like I always say, thank you very much for always supporting. Don't not forget to like, subscribe, and also share the link to your fellow friends. God being so good, we just completed or concluded the second day, I definitely want to say, of the 8th Presbytery Congress for the YAF, right? And it went very well, very fantastic. And we thank the Almighty God. And throughout the process, I had a little bit of opportunity to hear a little bit about the secretary of YAF. And so I bugged her for the whole 2 days, wanted to talk to her and just get to know her. So ladies and gentlemen, I'll leave it to her. She's going to introduce herself and then we dive into the conversation.
My name is Claudia Skyere. I'm the Presbytery YAF secretary, just concluded my tenure. So we just had election, so there's a new secretary coming.
Wow. Thank you very much. Nice to meet you.
Yes,
before we begin, I want you to, if you don't really have to think, if you have to think, just go ahead and think and give me one of your favorite Presby hymn.
Hymn number one, because that is it's about Asada. And I have so much to be thankful for. And there's so many of the Presby hymns that I could choose, but that one really touches me whenever we sing it. So I was kind of happy yesterday when the President said, let's sing it. So since it's about giving thanks, I love that.
God being so good, we concluded the final of day 2 of the Congress. How would you say your term has been?
I think it was successful. I worked very hard because the previous secretary that I took over for worked very hard. So I didn't want to come in and let all the hard work that he's done go to waste. I needed to measure up or do more than what he did. And I feel like, if you ask me, I think I accomplished what I set out to do.
That's right.
And throughout the whole process, you can hear people saying, oh, you were good, you did a good job. Not that I'm doing it because people are saying it, but you know how sometimes you think you're doing a good job, but then outside, nobody really sees it. But I'm glad that everything that I did or set out to do, people actually recognize the work that I put in. And if you speak to any president from any of the districts and about me, I think they will attest to the type of job that I've come and done. It's not just me, it's a team. And I believe our whole executive team have done a fantastic job. And my hope and my prayer is that the new incoming will continue and probably do more than what we've done.
That's right.
Because that's what we want. We want the Presbytery YAF to be something where people will look at it and remember and be interested in coming. You could attest to how many newcomers came into Congress this year. We want that number double. So therefore, it attests to the job that we've come and done, that all these district presidents were able to convince this many people to give up, a day or two.
That's right.
Because some people, weekends is will do overtime and all of that, but they were able to set that aside to come here. So that, I think, speaks to the impact that we've come and done. So I'm really praying. And the team that we just elected, I know they'll be able to do more than what we did.
Amazing. And I can definitely attest, and I'm glad I was able to not just hear it, but also witness it, right? And when your name was mentioned, especially when the outgoing president, right, called your name and definitely testified on the good job that you have done. Not only him, but everybody that was present in that room applauded you for the good job that you've done. So again, I want to say congratulations and God bless you for that. Now, one of the main actual reason I was also interested in speaking to you, not only the good job that you've done, but also your dedication right? President talked about you had surgery or you were in the midst of having surgery and you left everything that you had to do to come and still be present, right? And I can definitely, I'm an example of it. There's times that, holding leadership, we all give excuses, sometimes not going to meetings and stuff like that. And I wanted to talk to you about you as an individual, get to know you and this what you've been through, and you're still here today, still doing your job, not giving any excuses. Let's dive into it. And let's definitely get to know what happened.
One thing about me, if I put my name into something, I just don't want to put the name and get the recognition. I want to work really, really hard because I want to prove myself. I just don't want to accept a position and not give my 100%.
Correct.
Because if I'm not giving 100%, then it's going to be seen. Then the things that you need to do is not in aligned, right? So I don't like to make excuses, although there's plenty of excuses that I could make, but I don't like to use anything that's going on in my life as an excuse. If I can do it, I would do it. If I can't, one thing about it's very difficult for me to say no. I just, in the last 2 years, I've learned to say no. But the Lord has done so much for me, personally. And I've been through so much that I can sit here and make a lot of excuses or use that as a clutch and not want to do things. But it's because of that I feel like this is my way of also showing that you saved me from a lot of things. So this is my thanks to you for what you have done for me. And if doing the Lord's work is for me to give thanks, and I'm always available. Case in point, I'm at Manhattan local.
Oh, wow.
I'm also the president of the local over there. And
You are in New York?
yes.
Really? Okay.
And people would say, oh, like if you ask Mama Rhoda, she would say, one man YAF team. It's because I make myself available. I understand that in YAF, is an age group where people are getting married, they're having babies.
That's right.
I mean, currently single.
You're putting yourself out there, right? Hey.
Might as well. All right, I'm single. I don't have any type of commitment like that. So if I can make myself available, because I know that my team or my group may not be, I'm going to be there.
Correct.
Not because, oh, I don't have nothing to do, but like I said, if I put my name into something, 100% I'm going to be there. That's the type of dedication I want to be able to give. I wish everybody could do that. I also understand that not everybody is in a position that I am in to be able to give.
True.
And I know plenty of people will want to, but they don't have the time. So I have the time. That's now. Right. I'm going to give it up.
What has God done for you?
Oh.
The testimony time, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey. I've been... I've had lots of illness where one would say that I shouldn't be here.
Wow.
But He's made it possible for me to be here. I quite remember when I was sick in Ghana, like I was paralyzed from the waist down. And I was in, I'm going to butcher this name, but Kolubu, I hope I got it right.
You said it right, Kolubu.
Kolubu. I was in Kolubu for like a year. I wasn't walking.
Really?
Even when it was time for them to discharge me, it was a debate with the two doctors. One wanted me to go home, one wanted me to go to some place in someone where people with disability that can't walk they are there. But then one doctor didn't want that. He would say no, she could go home because she's had the necessary surgeries, that in about 6 to 8 months, then if she doesn't walk, then we could think about in someone. So it's a lot. Like I had childhood cancer, which is what caused my paralysis. But after that, it's been like one thing after the other. And like in the last 2 years too, it's been like that. So that's why I say that nyame ayɛ bebree ama me nti sɛ ɛnɛ me wɔ ha na me wɔ nkwa na me home me nante, yes, with an aid of a cane na sɛ metumi ayɛ biribi a, why would I sit there and say menyɛ or I will have excuses say menyɛ, right? And I know that there's people worse off than me, so why should I use this as an excuse? You know, there's a reason why I'm still here.
That's right.
I always say, I haven't reached there yet, which is why I'm still here with everything, every little battle. It's just a battle every single day that I know that at the end of the day, I'm going to win that battle because he's with me. And as long as I believe that, I'm going to be able to persevere in everything that I set out to do, which is why I say,
wow. I'm sure anybody that gets the chance to listen to your story, right? And I'm privileged enough to be able to listen to you, a testament to a lot of us, right? My question to you is, have you ever been, like, what part about that? Have you ever been like, at this point, has that ever happened?
I mean, at one time when it was very critical when I was in Kulubuno, I was like, for the wedding, my brother, my family call. And I remember my aunt at the time, she heard that, she was like, hey, man, kasa. Because, and then she said, yeah, I know why I cry no. Yeah, but don't say that. But as a kid, at that time, I was tired. Because illness, dear, you're going to get tired. But that was the only time I think that came in my head. And sometimes I joke, I be like, I'm no, but yeah, bet itself, I could be full and find by me to but sometimes I joke, but I know I'm strong, and then whatever it is that comes my way, with faith, and I'll be able to overcome it.
Wow. I mean, I'm glad you actually really say you're strong, because I was going to say, you're a very strong individual. You're very, very strong. And honestly speaking, and Kenya president, and a casa, and can me who cry say you are me who cry.
So he almost made me cry because I didn't look at his speech. If I would have told him to take it out. Because one thing about me, I work hard, but I also don't want the attention.
But sometimes it's good for people to really be able to see the good job that you have done, and also your dedication. It's good, because you're not crying to me shit. You're crying. What I see, it's good, because listen, we all give excuses to even having positions, and it's amazing. So being able to hear you have to be part of, like,
say, to me,
right? What I say?
Don't give me excuses.
Let's wrap it up, and then an encouragement words to all the youth, whether it has to be JY, YPG, YAF, just give an encouragement words, and also an advice to us all, because I hope we definitely, using this platform, we can definitely be able to hear your story. So any encouragement words that you have to everybody?
I mean, one thing I'll say to the youth is use me as an example, all right? Because, if you know me, then you know a little bit of me. I walk with a cane. I could have hundreds of excuses of why I don't want to do something. And just say, there's nothing wrong with you. You're healthy. Why do you give the excuses that you do? I know leadership work is very, very hard. Working with people is one of the most difficult things that anyone can do. But if you're called upon, I would just say, go ahead and try it. I did want to try it. You never know if you can do it or not. Like, there's a joke in our executive class. Hey, Claudia, position ka so nyemboni. Na so ka so beye. It's a so Claudia ka so beye. And then watch her. She may not do it. Because on your dear. And to use me as an example. and don't give excuses. So with me, yeah. It's not one person that's going to do it. It's all about collectively, and to move it forward. Whether you're JY, whether you're YPG, or whether you're YAF, and as a whole group, no. And yes, be a Fifi a president in tea. I didn't know to me, yeah, 1 year because Fifi na president. And now because Fifi and Claudia secretary. Na say be a debi ohana meyena wouldn't a better way of doing it. One back because Claudia na secretary. Fifi na president. Sometimes position you womb, but doesn't mean say you what. Yenim bibia. Oh. Sometimes you see better than yana yeshim. And the only thing I also plead and say, who need position, just don't sit there and fold your arms and watch say, oh, someone on my executive fontin, yen train home, into me pamo chop. Who need position? Harry me wa. Who need title? Who need position? Now ideas, any way you can help. Who need position? It doesn't mean so that's now for do now I share executive form. Oh Bibia, approach them. Say, oh Bia, I did what can I say, but I think say any say. So a leader or person or who group no forward or betty was it. And to please. It's all for us. You're dictators when we have the title.
That's right.
It's a democracy and we're all working together to make something. And you know, that's one of the things that I'll tell you all to look at it. Say, oh, group man, just don't sit back. Involve yourself. Because group is for everybody. Group no form so.
Yeah, perfectly said. And I hope say even though other or last other position or hand over our channel when judgment didn't to
no, I've already left the secretary. No, I'm available for you.
That's what I'm talking about.
Anytime that you need me.
Wow.
Just don't call me on the weekend. I may have a date.
I know. But so okay, she's single, but single
ready to mingle.
That's what I'm talking about. Thank you very much. Abena. That's a parcel by. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for again supporting us. Please like, subscribe, and share our YouTube page to every single individual so that we can also learn and hear stories such as our sister Abena. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.
Bye.